For my birthday, I was given Bo Burnham's Inside Deluxe vinyl. Although his comedy special was a, quote, Netflix original, every aspect of the film was created by Bo Burnham himself, making it technically an indie film that Netflix paid like $4 million for. No wonder it's such an inspirational film for many creatives. While I'm not super into vinyls, I do have a little collection of vinyls that I don't even listen to, despite me having a record player that I could use at any time. Thanks, Grindset Mindset. It's really a cool physical vinyl that I think is holographic, since it has filters you can use to read certain messages, which is a nice touch. It also has the outtakes on here as well, which is also why I wanted it. Because yeah, you could just get the CD, but it doesn't have the outtakes, and this way, all of the music from the film and its bonus sequel are now preserved forever, since Netflix has done a terrible job at preserving most of its originals as physical media. Other independent vinyls I collected are 411E7 records, 2 copies of Rad Science, since it's my favorite album of all time, Basic Glitches, and Revenge of the Mountain medley. What I love about this band is that they are really good at electronic pop punk, yet are free to experiment with other genres, which most of the time still sound good when they do it. So this is a little bit of a more impromptu section that I didn't script, because while going through my vinyls, I found this. Do you know what Nebula is? Nebula is my very first album/EP. Funnily enough, this EP actually premiered on this channel if you've been around for that long. But here's the back. So not only is this a reference to the Cheapskate Chronicles series, which maybe I'll revive, who knows. So up here you have the 6 songs. We have Good, Royalty, Monochopsis, Narcissist, Fears, and Pedestal. And they're all credited by the producers and people who helped me work on this. Obviously, I have most of the Ohio Distinctive Software CD games, but since there are like 100 different discs, if you want more info on that, I recommend my deep dive on that game company, which I'd love to make more of those kinds of projects in the future. Out of all of the independent media I own, most of them are CDs from indie artists. The earliest 11E7 CD I have is from 2007, Galactic Conquest. Then in 2011, we have 2 copies of the Quota EP, 5 original songs, and a cover of Take On Me. 2011 spawned 11E7's magnum opus, Rad Science. No, I will not elaborate. 2017 brought Basic Glitches, and then 2023 is 11E7's most recent project, Gloom and Bloom, which I first listened to on my Xbox 360 when it was still working, the day before the official release date. However, are you even a real 11E7 fan if you also don't own some Jelly Rock CDs? There was a 6-year hiatus in the band's history from 2011 to 2017, and the main singer, Matt Langston, got creatively antsy and still wanted to make music, so for 3 years, from 2013 to 2015, Matt created Jelly Rocks, an electronic music project. The first one I have is the self-titled album from 2013, then Hedda Himlin in 2014, which, fun fact, has a different cover than the streaming version, and then in 2015, Jelly Rocks' best album, Bang and Whimper, not just for its incredible cover art and the fact that I listened to it the most out of all of the Jelly Rocks albums, but it is the encapsulation of Matt's solo electronic work, perfectly fleshed out in extremely vibrant synths and songwriting. The last indie artist is my band from a decade ago, The Friendship. I still have the CD. It's my first real attempt at making music, and I cherish it so much. It is a very badly mixed acoustic EP with 2 of my friends, and if I ever lost this, I don't know what I would do with myself. I don't know if I'd consider it an album anymore, but actually I would, because while my first EP had 6 songs, this has 5 bonus songs, which I just realized what was on here. But then there's a side B, which I completely forgot about this. So The Friendship is on vinyl. How did I forget about this? I actually forgot about this. This is incredible. So it has Setting Sail, Life Song, Reverie, Happiness Always Comes Back Round, and Back Again. This is now my most prized possession because I did not realize that The Friendship was on vinyl, and I do have both a CD and a vinyl version of my very first
attempt at an EP.